What's up, guys? Toronto Pearson Spotters here. Welcome to the first episode of Travel Thursday Crosscheck podcast. Today, these topics I will talk about. Air Canada announces more flight cancellations as I heard the news happened with Sydney due to pandemic ongoing and it's very important news for the travelers. So before I start, make sure if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you click subscribe it so it will be notified for it. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram, make sure you follow my Instagram, Toronto_Pearson_airspotter. So next, moving on, it is bad news for Air Canada, which happened with Sydney, that this already announced that it will be making further cuts to its flight schedule because of the pandemic as continues to worsen and hit the company's operations. They already made a decision as further restrictions for the international travel, which has been restricted by the federal Canadian government since the new year, and limited demand for both domestic and international flights. However, Air Canada flight cuts things are not expected, which comes on the back of a similar announcement by WestJet, which happened in the last week. But however, there is no way to have another blow to Canadians that they will be hoping to travel over coming months despite the vaccine. So, however, the next one is there will be further cuts to flight capacity. Things can reduce to travelers' options. Like, there is no choice, there is no point about it. Their decision to introduce more capacity cuts, which will further restrict flight options for Canadian travelers, followed by from already significant reduction in flight schedules, which could have already taken place across Canadian airlines, like Flair, WestJet, and other Canadian airlines. Starting from January 13, they will start reducing its flight capacity for the first quarter of 2021 by around 25%. That the airline only operate just 20% of the flights which was running in the first quarter of 2019. However, the huge reduction in the flight options for travelers, which can add to the previously announced flight cuts at the end of last year. Lucy Gulimati, the Executive Vice President and Chief Commercial Officer at Air Canada, as according to the statement, that there were a new government measure which could impact travel and also could impact on travel bookings, and consequently the company make it more difficult. But this will be necessary decision to further adjust our schedule and utilize our transporter, Caribbean and domestic routes to better reflect expected demand and to reduce cash burn, as according to Lucy. However, the company, they did not provide a definite list of the flight and destinations that were affected by the changes. But however, Several domestic and international routes will be suspended. In particular, flights between Atlantic Canada and the rest of the country will be badly affected. Air Canada will be suspending all flights in Gander, Newfoundland, Labrador, Goose Bay, Newfoundland, Labrador, and Fredericton and New Brunswick, which could further reduce connections between these communities and the rest of the countries. However, most flights suspension mostly happen in Atlantic Canada, which includes St. John, New Brunswick, and Sydney, Nova Scotia. Even this town will have commercial flight connections. Service to Deer Lake, Newfoundland, Labrador, Charlottetown, PI, and Halifax, Nova Scotia have also been reduced in recent weeks. For example, 5 nights per day could be reduced to 2 or 1 flight a day, as Air Canada scales down operations. Aside from Atlantic Canada, services have also been cut to other domestic destinations, mostly the smaller cities or mostly some cities that have a lower demand, including Kamloops and Prince Rupert in British Columbia. They have not provided for any further details about which international route have been suspended as yet, but Caribbean and US destinations are likely to be affected. So for the Canadian travelers are certainly set to see less freedom of choice for flight to overseas destinations over coming months. However, when the new massive restrictions were added, the bad news also. Air Canada already forced to cut 1,700 jobs and laying off more than 20,000 staff, or furloughed since the start of the pandemic. The staffing changes will potentially impact services over the medium term, restricting the company's ability to quickly increase flight capacity when international travel resumes. And for the travel rules affecting all Canadian airlines, because Canadian government, together with the new instruction on new rules, this could affect travelers returning to Canada, has hit the country's airlines hard. Happening recently, government added the new requirements for all new arrivals, including returning citizens, to have a proof of negative COVID-19 PCR tests, and also a move to stop returning Canadians from claiming COVID benefit during quarantine, which I will talk about in episode 2 of Travel Thursday Crosscheck podcast. But WestJet did the same thing. They already seen WestJet a significant reduction in its flight capacity for the first few months of the year, which includes a flight to a number of popular winter sun destinations, while Air Canada had considerably reduced flight schedule prior to the latest cut. Unlike many countries, the Canadian government did not provide sector-specific support to the aviation industry, forcing airlines to make huge cuts to flight schedules and staff. So this could be another struggling, and could be a very, very difficult times during the pandemic. According to the president of the Canadian Airport Council, Daniel Robert Gooch, said that without more federal support, the mass aviation industry will struggle to survive the coming months before the pandemic begins to ease and international travel returns, especially when the vaccines widely available to others. Air Canada said that they encouraged by the progress of the vaccine against COVID-19. This will not help the airline industry in the short term, and travelers should continue to expect more limited flights coming through 2021. So you had to be really flexible on the travel restriction if in the same situations, because it takes some time to recover, so you have to be very flexible. So, and just like please avoid non-essential travels, including vacation, tourist leisures, or visit a friend, even if it's not urgent stuff. So once again, please travel essential as you can and avoid travel non-essential. And hope you stay safe. And just a reminder, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit subscribe button so you'll be notified for more videos about trip reports, podcasts, for travel Thursday Crosscheck. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, Toronto_Pearson_Espada. Don't forget to follow those two stuff. Subscribe it and follow my Instagram. Stay safe. See ya.